Hey, what's going on? Yay. I'm wearing a dress right now. That was supposed to be like for underneath another dress, but I saw this plus size dress that was on sale, and I was just like, let me go wear this. It's really cute. Of course, it's I'm swimming in it, so I decided to wear like one of those shirts that like kind of go like up here to your boobs, like right underneath like your boobs, like one of those. So um, that's what I'm doing. So whenever there's a tinted car coming by my house, I always gotta throw the finger because you just don't know. You never know. Yes, my stalkers are really that freaking crazy. One day, being able to like get them back, or if like if they had like a camera lens or like a light, like imagine like paparazzi or something like that, and like you come by my house and all of a sudden like I become paparazzi to you because you're like crowding me, um, like all up in my bougie. And I come up with like this huge professional camera and I'm just flashing it and all of a sudden you can like see who's in it. Like it's tinted bitch, but it's not like, freaking like it's not just it's tinted, but like you can still see, like, depending on like how good those cameras are. Paparazzi. Trying to stalk me with paparazzi back on you. Nah. I got this because I wanted to enhance my photos and whatnot like that. I mean, right now I'm just doing live videos with you guys, but I want to do skits and things that I've mentioned that. And yes, I know I still owe you a skit. The one is going to be for I know it's for a holiday that's already passed, but appreciate it. You know that I'm going through things. Appreciate it. I just appreciate my aunt. Appreciate my aunt. Isn't there supposed to be like some movies right now that's supposed to be like Halloween related, but it's going to be released like prematurely and stuff like that. It's like just like know your place. Okay. I wanted to talk about some things. Like let's see. There's oh my gosh, it is just insanity energies. You have when I say that we have things to worry about that doesn't have to be um, drama and whatnot, like gossip and stuff like that. It's just so freaking. This is just unnecessary. But here we are, because again, I am the topic. I am the topic. And I'm not sure if I had mentioned this, but yesterday, I should have led with this. Yesterday, I passed my math test. Okay. It's a passing grade. Okay. Let's just say, it's Megan the Stallion area. Okay. But I passed the test. Okay. I passed the test. I admittedly, that's because I barely even study. I studied the day of, like that day. Um, and also I went out for errands for several hours. So honestly, I just think that's just like the wave. In fact, you know what? It wasn't really studying; it was refreshing and just like refreshing stuff. So I was like, oh okay. But the point is, I passed. You feel me? Like you're not gonna be like in a conversation, mingling with people and stuff like that. Pretend like you're hearing some classy music. I graduated from Harvard with a 4.0. Like the only people that would do that are very pretentious and just very like like don't worry, my video is hidden by YouTube, and also I have it 18 and over. But yeah, people are just like so in their like when it comes to like showing off, people can be like, oh well, like this is like for 4.0. I'm sorry, I just don't trust this because it opened up too easily except the other side. Like you saw that, right? You saw that, right? Like I don't think we have it open. I want something that's gonna be like completely I'm gonna check that one. Like I have to be very careful with what I consume because people literally have been poisoning my drinks. I tell you no lies. Like I have bruises and things like that, and I have medical papers. And the thing that really helped me was, I mean, helped me, but the thing that made this more evident was that the same kind of symptoms that I got, my, pardon me, my cats were getting. So I was like, okay, as as awful as that was, of course, and when I found out, I was very furious. But as awful as that was, like I was thankful because I was just like, look, like this helps prove, like this is another like contributive factor that they're not just hurting me, they're hurting my little baby too. As he's like running away, ha ha, fat boy, run. That's right, run, Tup Tup. He has to go to the bathroom, or probably is just bored because he's been sleeping for a long time. Sebastian, you have to go. Have a pee or eat. Most of the time he'll eat. Leela eats all the time, you know. That's like our really like our only bonding moments. That's like, we both like to eat. We're both girls who like to eat. I mean, outwardly, both beautiful, brown. Need I say more? Fluffy. Need I say more? Very long, yes. Manners and stuff like that. Definitely, I say that she takes care. She takes after like some other person because clearly she can be judged. But like dang girl. But as far as looks, she got it from her adopted mother. Hands down. Hands down. No. But the fat one that I got for her as like, as a lover, he just sleeps a lot, poor little thing. He's a rescue. He was battered and bruised, so he has a story. You feel me? Like it makes it more colorful. I thought that would be nice because she came from the shelter too. So I thought that, they would have something to like kind of not trauma bond with, but like, agree on and just kind of like share stories, in their cat lives. And things like that. I'm pretty sure she had a family. She wasn't the only one of the litter. And he had siblings too. And, just like two cats, of course he's mixed. He's mixed. She's pure. And yeah, both beautiful. One, she has yellow eyes, he has green eyes. So again, like I thought it was gonna be the perfect thing. She hated him at first. She still kind of like messes with him though, but like, it's definitely a lot more peaceful. A lot more peaceful. And yeah, I got them 2 cardboard houses, a very beautiful fluffy bed. They can do like little queuing and stuff like that. 2 houses. Pardon me. Pardon me. The air quality from Canada and stuff like that has really like messed up my throat. It messed up a lot of people's throat. People are like coughing a lot more often. So pardon me. 2. I'm sorry, I had to like scratch back my throat. 2 cardboard houses. Yeah, 2 cardboard houses, 2 tree perches. 1 bed. For activities, especially when I'm not around. Especially when gotta be when I'm not around. I mean, I help them by setting the mood. I actually bought them some cat one, but I think it expired. And I also have sometimes I play like certain type of music, and I leave my door open in case they wanted to kind of like I don't know ruffle around, and when I'm asleep, that they would give me the courtesy to do it when I'm sleeping and not when I'm awake, because that's just it's not gonna go down. So I mean, because this is like the coldest room in the house. I do have another air conditioner, but I feel like like let me open up the door so that way if they wanted to do their little you know mosquitoes and stuff like that. They can just cool down in here and do like the little hot painting stuff in the other room, and then just kind of cool down here, just like cuddle. I thought it was, generous of me as a pet owner. So yeah, see, look at this. There's so many things I could talk about besides, the situations at hand. Is just the situations at hand. If the situations at hand obviously weren't coming about, this is the reason why, a contributive factor as to why they do this. But that's why I'm just doing more and more of just, I'm living life accordingly, as I've said, and as I've always said. But I do have to call these people out because they're trying to reinstitute the same kind of abuse. Hi, baby. Hi. Good boy. Hey, baby. Hi. Oh, he's more of a likes to be in the dark kind of person, because you saw him the other time when he was in the at nighttime, but now you can see him in the morning. He's a little shy. Hi, baby. Hi. Look at me just melting my hair. Um, I have confused them for wigs, and I've mentioned that before. So that was like my hair because I would grab sometimes it's a certain type of way, and I was just very awkward moments. But they forgive me. They're just so cute. Oh my gosh! And they also are attracted to the color black. He likes finer things. Like he likes finer things. She likes finer things too. But he's my rainbow baby. Like he likes I swear, I think he's bisexual. I really do. Because I mean, well, at least that or feminine. Because he likes a lot of feminine things like satin, silk, clothing, and he really likes watching Golden Girls with me. You're just that baby. You're just that baby. Go ahead, do the chirp. Do the chirp. Oh my god, I sound like a mother. Do the chirp. Show the people the chirp. Do it. Do it. This is like so sad. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at those eyes. He's just a little chunk. I love him, and he's so rotund. He's so rotund. Look at that. It's like a full circle right there. He's like, please let me down. Please let me down. All right, guys. I'm about to actually get up so I want to complete the outfit. And two, so I can take him out the door because if he's coming out here like a gopher, then he clearly wants to like uh, kind of go. All right, no gopher. Do you see me? Oh yeah. Oh hey girl, what's going on? Right. Use your hand. Give me take your hand. All right. So anyway, what's up? Okay. I would have worn sneakers. I think I would preferably wear sneakers with this outfit. The high top ones. Excuse me. All right. Cool. Bam bam. Because I sense Leela. Leela is at the door, so she might make it an entrance shortly. But in the meantime, I'm here. So yeah, I figure you know what these videos also are going to be very contributive because if you're going to start seeing, well, not start seeing, but you're going to realize how my my critics and copycats are also talking like me too. So we're just gonna, really put this shit into perspective. So why would you want to go ahead and start believing somebody who's gone far and beyond to try to silence me and is literally like single white female? That's crazy. Remember, if anybody has seen Single White Female, the girl was extremely homely looking and the other girl decided to just help her out, raise her up, and then all of a sudden she just started to mimic her. And then it was like to the point where she wanted to take over her entire life. And not only that, and it took a and killed her man, tricked her man, then killed the man. Then on top of that, well, I think she killed him. And then on top of that, it was what was that? What happened? Bro, yeah, she was basically trying to switch lives. It wasn't like, you were trying to imitate somebody and you just wanted to just like, go off and use that to live like your own life. But you wanted to X out the fucking original. So you did everything in your power in order to like demolish her. Even if it came to like this, it was like this, but just more. Okay? More. You can see that I have more original things. And like a lot of me, I am me. I am me. So it is extremely creepy that this woman has gotten this far, but she wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for the help of fellow black people and white and greedy exploitative white people that wanted to see me down. And I'm just like, for no justified reason, for an unwarranted reason. She never would have got this far. She would have been like just another regular schmegular bitch that's delusional and has those kind of problems. Like this is just really insane and crazy. It really is. The fact that I had to go through a lot of this shit and the ethics and morals of people who keep believing that I have to go through this and they have turned this into like some type of spiritual journey are sick. These people have started out when they were probably like they probably got wind of this when they were probably like 10, maybe 15 years old, probably grew into this, like got raised into this. And then by an appropriate age, they were adapting to this. And they're trying to make it believe like, they were conditioned to it. But no, like at this point in time, it's like how would you describe the mentality of people who were in Germany and feeling like, okay, I'm growing up in this time where we're gonna hate a certain person because of their spiritual belief or how they look because they're Jewish or something, or they are a certain type of race, or they think like this. It's just, sorry, my voice cracked. Because it's just like you can think independently, can't you? Where you're just like, I don't know, like this doesn't seem like the wave. You feel me? Like this doesn't seem like the way. This doesn't seem like the freaking way. And or even like in America, like there should be something, and there has been proven documents. Another one. There are documents out here where presidents and people have been like, yo, yeah, where presidents and whatnot have been like, yo, when they saw slaves and when they owned slaves, that they felt bad, but they also felt so dependent on them that they didn't make a move. And that is something that's happening today. Back in the day, when those passages and those letters and the diary journal records were kept and then shared. Where are they shared? They're shared on different sites, like the Thomas Jefferson one and one like that. Like and on the government, sorry, one of the cat's hairs because he's so fluffy. Like one of the cat's hairs that got into my eye. But it's just, oh no, it's still there. Okay. But it's like hold on guys, wait for me. I saw something. Oh my goodness. Should I hate this? This is the moments when you kind of want to wear like some glasses when you're around them, like those scientific glasses. Bro. Oh my gosh. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing son of a I literally saw a long hair from a cat. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. I love them so much though, but still, it's just like sometimes I wish that they were. Sometimes I wish that they were hairless, but I know I would freak out. I would not go down with the hairless. So I mean, hairless with the Sphinx cats are cool, but I'm just like my cats need to be fluffy. They look so awkward, but yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the that show from was it Friends when Rachel had got of all pets she had decided to get like the hairless ones. And she was getting paranoid about like the cat talking to her. So Rachel. This is so funny. That scene is funny. Okay, anyway. So yeah, slave owners were very like, aware about the abuse and the uncomfortable conditions, the unsanitary, uncomfortable, and uninhabitable kind of conditions that these the slaves were living. But they didn't do anything because they were so codependent on it. So it was definitely about like ethics and self-serving greed, and that's what it is today. So, and instead of people pointing the fingers at, oh, it's just white people, we got to also look at that. Black people also own slaves, and not all of them did it just for just so they can be not under the white man's hand. You feel me? And that also black people, Africans have owned black people and slaves, and Africans have moved over to America, and settled over here and had slaves, and Black Europeans moved over here and had slaves, and then once this is the crazy shit. Once some slaves were freed, then they had slaves. It's just like wow, that's just fucking wow. Like, you obviously didn't learn anything about like your own oppression, and yet you decided to take it upon yourself to further continue like systematic abuse. Like no, like based off the foundation being like racism and just chattel slavery. It's just incredibly crazy, bro, incredibly crazy. Yeah. People expect me to just keep going like it's nothing. Look, like I'm not a weatherman here. I don't put myself into situations that I don't want to be in and find myself like still trying to like push through it. You guys want me to act like a weatherman where I'm like, you know, the sun is not shining, Catherine, but you know, we're here right now, you know, during like the torrential rains and stuff like that, and hazardous winds and gusts and stuff like that. Like, we know how bad it is. Okay, we don't need you to risk your life in order for you to, you know, prove to us how bad it is. Get your ass in a bunker or a safety place, and you can just do it from like a screen. That's like basically what I'm doing. I'm doing things from like, you know, comfortability from my home and from places where it doesn't really inconvenience me too much, because my life is already inconvenienced by the greed of Americans and also the world. People are too fucking dependent on me for greedy purposes, and they're trying to point fingers when really it's just like, you know, make a move. There's a woman, hold on, dang it, wait. There's literally a woman. Oh, the video went off. Okay, no. Who still talks about my abuser as if I should, you know, find this person attractive or want to be with them. Why would I want to be with somebody who has literally done everything in order to torment me to this day and is dragging their feet to tell the fucking cop? Well, actually, the thing is that if presidents from, not from this country but other country, not from this, not, I'm gonna say presidents, I mean like, you know, the president, if people in political areas know about this shit and are, you know, participating in it, in the fucking group chats, endorsing this shit, supporting it, and also getting paid for it, taking ideas and being exploitative about it, then, you know, I really don't need somebody to be like, oh, well, you know, this is what happened, this, that, here, and the third. It's just like the abuse just needs to stop on itself. Really. Like, how would you, what would it look like if the captain came down, you know, to the very bottom of the ship on Amistad and been like, you know what, this is what happened. Yeah, your king sold you out. You feel me? So we're gonna head to America. You know, I'm sorry if, you know, if anybody want to come up with me for a bathroom break, you can do that. Looks like a lot of you have already, but I mean, if you want to, just, you know, if you want to come up for some air, I can put a hole in like one of the sides or something like that. But I just wanted to tell you personally that you got sold out by the king, basically. So that's like the equivalent, pretty much. Like, I don't need so and so to tell me exactly like, okay, well, eventually I would like, you know, not following parties, but like people within the government, responsible fucking people, to tell me exactly what the fuck is going on. But the abuse primarily, like that's the primary focus that needs to go on, because I'm being exploited and I am being abused. Actually, people are still trying to kill me, and it's like an ongoing kind of thing where people are very like self-serving and greedy. There's nothing interesting me in which I want to participate in this just smiling. Like, anything I do to smile is me genuinely smiling, but it's just like I'm not going to listen to fucking like people like this person over here that just happened to pop in. Is there a way I can remove this person or anything like that? Like, this is ridiculous. Remove. Not just like hide user. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not interested in people thinking that, you know, like I should be, well, I don't give a fuck what you think at this point, but it's just like I'm calling it out for what it is, so that way we can just we can stop the bullshit. Because in the history books, like, this is definitely something that needs to happen. Instead of pointing the fingers, it just needs to stop. Like, okay, well, who's gonna put out the fire? Well, you did it. You were the one that had the candle. Well, you were the one that had bought the matches. You were the one that wanted a fucking ambiance. Like, you know, just quit pointing the fingers and just stop doing it. Whoever is the one who actually does something, that's the leader. That's not even like, you don't have to be the one that has the holds the title, but the one who actually does something, that's the leader. That's the real person who's actually doing something. Not whomever is trying to just like, whose ever mouth is the fucking biggest, who talks the much, who lies the much, and who looks already like very see-through and like transparent on how messed up they are. Oh, message deleted by view deleted message. Yeah. It's just like, hold on, somebody's like move a little bit down. Is this sports stop? That seems like something again, like my op would say, considering I just said, let me just take a screenshot because like I just said that yeah, take a screenshot. So like, bam bam. I can take a picture. But this is crazy. Like I literally had just said that I had like a single white female situation. It says, oh, saying what we call it. Bam, bam, bam. I think your lucky star is Mister because my camera thing is full. It's just so fucking weird, bro. It is just so fucking weird. Cause like you with me today. Trying to get rid of. Hmm. All right. Wait a memento. Yeah. Okay. Haha. So I hate when it does that. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see, but you know what? Actually, I think it's just better if I just turn it around for you guys to see. Can you see this? Sorry. Can you see this? It's wait. I put it on the whatchamacallit and it didn't show it. Okay, hold on. Like, can you see this? And it's showing me right here. Do you see the right there? Right there. Right there. Yeah, right there. Right there. It's saying move down a little bit. Move down a little bit, and it's just that sports top bra. Okay, where you're also seeing my Reese's situations. But yeah, it's just like yo, like, are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me, bro? I was just talking about single white female, and like here we are with the situations. Like, oh, are you kidding me? Especially somebody just like always copying and whatnot like that. It's like transparent. Like, why would you? Why would you? Other than the salary and the other than the salary and the fact that people have allied with them because they were also making money and profit off of my exploitation and abuse. Why would you like you have to look at it behind like the superficial stuff, behind like the appearance. People can be duplicitous, obviously. You've seen it time and time again. So when I saw when I saw Shiza Minnelli, when I saw that somebody was copying me just a little bit too fucking much, I was just like, oh, bro, like this is some crazy ass shit. It's literally some crazy ass shit. So, and as you can see, like my hand, like the laptop is like literally right here. I have to go like this. Do you hear this? So it's not me putting it down here, and my phone was like over here and then over there. So I wasn't over here like touching it. Sorry, it was just like I have cat hair all over me. But yeah, move a little bit down. Is a sports stop? Like, bro, come on, like it's just stop it. But did I tell you that I had passed my math test? No. Yes, that's what happened. I passed my math test. I'm so excited about that. I'm very happy about that. It's like I said, it was a good grade. I'm in the Stallion area. Whatnot. Yeah. So I mentioned that. All right. I mentioned that already. Good. Sebastian. Oh my god. That's why I gotta give him a Lions cover to him because he's just. The summer is not good to him this season. This summer is just not good to him. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, we are going to be taking a little break right now. I have to go grab a paper towel. Sorry. Oh my gosh, it's so terrible. Guys. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness, it is like so many annoying seasons going on right now. Oh wait, hold on. I'm talking to it like screen. Okay. So yes, I have some things that I want to show you guys. Preferably hold on first off. Okay, so my whole well not my whole point, but just like the point of the argument was I don't want to be somebody who's just smiling in the midst. I don't want to be the person that's smiling for other people because that's really like a dangerous thing. I've recorded some women, and I think I played that for you before, but I definitely know that I've recorded some women on TikTok and just in general being very stupid. Of course, it was a black woman, and there was another white woman, but it was just like who felt like she was down. Um, but they were just like very stupid to say, no matter what you're going through, to just always smile, always smile, always smile. They'd be like, so it was like, when I die, I want people to remember that, she always smiled. She always gave. Like, you could tell that the Lord was through her. Like, bitch, like, you just sound really used. Like, was there anything really truly of you that people appreciated? Like, I'm pretty sure that they're going to say, oh, she was such a giver. Such a giver. Like, okay, but is there anything like what is it? How is she, or how do you feel about her when she's not giving? You feel me? There's people on the other spectrum who just take, and there's some people who don't mind doing that. But I can tell that the people who have that extreme hate towards me are the takers, and the givers are the critics too, because they're the ones that are pick me's. Like, well, then I don't mind giving. Well, then go ahead, bitch. Like, you're offering yourself up to be the next person to be, possibly the one that's going to be, in this situation, if not worse. In fact, I would like to make that a game, like a game skit one day, where it's just like, guess that victim, because clearly a lot of things that you guys like to do when it comes to you guys being put in a position that's even remotely close, you guys will victimize yourself like nobody's fucking business. But when it's you guys will have podcasts, you guys will like talk about it up in the hoo-ha, you guys will vehemently spew out just such negativity, like, oh my god, I can't believe. But then you look at me and you just be like, oh, you criticize. You want me to just keep going for the journey, for the spiritual journey that you guys manufactured, so that way you can exploit and be capitalistic off of it. You guys did that. And I see right through that shit. And other people see right through that too. And it's just, that energy comes kicking right back at you guys. There's another thing that I had noticed, well, that I picked up too while doing this situation. So it was just like, okay, so the ops or whatever are like that, after all that backstabbing, lies, and messiness, you guys are like, we did it, apparently it's still doing numbers, it's still working, like, the lies and whatnot like that. And they'll try to make it look like they're just living their lives and they're winning and whatnot like that to try to, and then compare on my side that I'm down bad. And it's like it took a whole bunch of you in order to try to put me down. Like, well, in order to put me into this place, to take my money to steal from me. So like you are not a powerful person. You use the the resources that were supposed to be dependable, responsible, reliable, um, and respectable, and you manipulated that. It's not just abuse. Like it's more than that. Like you weaponize things that were supposed to be honorable against society, and in a very ugly, in an ugly, realistic, view of everything. In a realistic view of everything, it's ugly. It's ugly that so many people deep down inside, not deep down inside, but it didn't take long for these people to just be like, okay, like let's stalk her. Let's take advantage of this person. Let's force our energy, not just energy, but our presence and our ideas and our to like harm her into her life. Let's abuse her. Let's steal from her. Let's take her ideas, like her ideas. Not like, ideas that you gotten from the movies or wherever like that in order to come up with evil shit to do to me, including like or my cat and my cats. But I guess you guys didn't expect me to, be, I guess, like this talkative. And apparently I don't even talk that much, but according to you guys, I'm saying too much in regards to what's going on. And it's just like it's about time. I've been talking about it for years right now. It's just that there are enough people like catching on. And especially since a lot of the stuff is spilling out into the streets and affecting their own lives. You guys for too long have been wondering, like, okay, well, why is the government doing this and taking away our like our liberties and this, that, here, and the third? Well, it's because society, a large amount of society has condoned. I was just, a test. I really was. I was the guinea pig, and societies and the world seemed very okay with me getting abused and having my resources and my livelihood affected and fucked with. So yeah, they don't see a problem with like fucking with you guys either, because who are you? You're just a regular person too, and it doesn't matter if you're a good person, because clearly I don't have anything like notorious or anything like that on my record, and I've done like the good grades. I've been a humanitarian. I've been helpful in this, that, here, and the third. So it doesn't matter. You guys made that executive decision to be malicious, foul, and ugly towards me, and still trying to do gaslighting, manipulative stuff. And it was just like, okay, well, now who's next? As we're moving on, clearly close to the closer and closer to the time where I get to sell my property and move, like it's definitely going to be a troublesome moment for you guys, because you won't have that kind of access to me. And if something should happen to me, are you guys telling me that you really are not thinking to the end of the year? Like it's already July, bitches. Like who do you think is going to be next? You really believe that people who decided to, including the president, decided to be fucking malicious and corrupt and perverted is going to just be like, okay, we're just gonna stop. We learned our lesson. Like you guys didn't even, like the thing is just like history doesn't rhyme but it repeats. So like you didn't learn your lesson before about oppression from slavery in the 1800s or the Holocaust in the 1900s, and now you guys try to do it again. And from whenever for like tens of years. And the thing is, like, instead of, I seriously doubt that you guys are going to try to like wait it out. You guys just seem too fucking self-serving and greedy to ever allow that happen. Like it's going to happen again. Like you don't fucking learn. This is not like, oh, when you know better, you do better. You had several instances in order to get your shit right. But here you guys are faking a fucking title, like you guys know what the fuck you guys are talking about, like you guys are somebody who I should listen to and respect. And here you guys are fucking it up for everybody, for fucking everybody. Get the fuck out of here! Like how? Why do you think that's so fucking crazy? What else, bro? What the else? Ooh, I almost got me. I almost got me. Man, this is hilarious. You guys do it to yourself. Oh yeah. So in the midst of me, refreshing for math, I realized that there was an increase in maliciousness and criticisms and people trying to like, I guess, like provoke me and things of that nature. But I was just like, I see right through that, especially since at this time I'm over here trying to prepare for a test. And I was just like, you guys are really trying to like, fuck things up for me. But I got passing grade. And that's all that matters is that I got a passing grade. So yay, yay. All right. So, but I did make this note the other day. Hold on. Wait, what was today is the 6th. So it says 6:38 p.m. Okay, for some reason it says okay, so it's 6:35 p.m. Okay, now it turns into yesterday. I guess because they don't want to have like two. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right, so this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, bam. Oh crap! Hold on. So, bam. No. All right. So notes 1. So I wanted to change the date. I wasn't sure if like July 6th was like the appropriate time. So I was just like, okay, just wanted to make sure that it was the appropriate day. But I wanted to change the name of to notes, so I want to tell you like the location of it. I want to take the location off. I don't know why does it do that. That is another competition in its entirety. But yeah. All right, so hold on. How do you do this? Okay. I'm appreciative. Oh, okay, so hold on. So bam, voice memos. Okay. Work with me here. All right, so bam. All recordings, la la la. All right, so bam. Can you copy? I was trying to get the see about like the further details, but I knew basically it was yesterday. Okay, so
show the but aggressive about it. Already behind the scenes talk, and I do this because sometimes you do have to put people in their place. You say the things that you need to tell them, and if they don't respect it, then you separate yourself from them. You walk away, which shows maturity on your end. But as you can see, evidently, I have people that are very pursuant to trying to evoke anything from me and trying to literally take things from me. I could yell or something like that, and they will get they will turn into a victim. But so the reactive abuse situation is that where I definitely act accordingly and in kind. Sometimes I give people just like I would. That's why I was comparing it to the to that letter from Birmingham jail kind of situation, where it's like sometimes you don't want to have to like throw a rock at every bitch that barks, but out of the kindness of your heart. Sometimes you really have to go there. So that was my reactive abuse. So just post that one. Don't worry, you also have a backup on your hard drive straight from Facebook. If you can't find it, so look there, but definitely it's still up and running on your Facebook. Because people are claiming that I was the initiator when I wasn't. So we're gonna go with that, and then so we're gonna go. So yeah, basically we're gonna go with those examples that I have provided, so that way just to dismiss all those proclamations. And besides, what also just knocks down everything is the way how people are behaving. Really, like you have Black people acting like niggas, and then you have like in the coonery. So yeah, like they do it to themselves. But also wanted to mention that this stuff right here, I've seen an increase of Black people specifically that are being very like shady, shisty, up crabs in an upward barrel kind of energy that's not knocking over. Just like the kind that's very I'll pull you by the legs kind of situations where they're being very negative or shady, projecting, lying about my character. So it's a lot of rumor has it kind of situations. And it just so happens, coincidentally, when I'm about to take a test today. So I need I'm going to save the rest of my energy and my attention towards my test taking. And just goes to show you and this is not a stereotype. Certain Black people really do show improve on how fucking crabs in an upward barrel they are. So, and they either follow along with white people or, certain white people and do their job. But then again, sometimes they just do it on their own accord because they're that fucking miserable, whether they have material wealth, or anything, which is really fucking pathetic. If they're not at a disadvantage as me, there's no excuse, but whether they aren't, for them to go out of their way to try to just be trying to tear me down, as a fellow Black person is really fucking, it's not scary because I'm not scared and that's why I keep moving forward, but it's just it's ugly. Like, oh my God, if you really could, I think the thing that made Black people just really so beautiful is the the camaraderie, camaraderie, the community aspect of it, but you don't want that when it's looking ugly. We just look like the unmasked version of KKK to our own fucking people, and so when you want to be like, oh yeah, I want to be Black, but I think you just want to kind of cherry pick. This is what makes white people want to cherry pick just our features and attributes and culture, and not just be entirely Black, because the way how we are picked out for our color, and also the way how we treat ourselves. So no, I see it very clearly on how ugly people are, and I'm just calling it out on my video recorder because again, I have to do my test, and because that is more important. But I don't want these notes that are in my head to just get away from me and then come back at a later time where I don't remember it fully. So I just want to put it out there. Last but not least, I think that all the BS that's been talking about definitely does not get me the way how these people want it to. Like they are truly, they're desperate at this point, and that's another thing that's telling. They are extremely, extremely fucking desperate, extremely desperate, and they're doing anything they can to try to provoke me. Now, I have been disliking some of the things that I immediately catch that are being very condescending and ugly, and instead of me saying like it doesn't evoke my feelings, but I still note it as offensive because I'm not going to see something as a negative joke and laugh at it and just, walk all over it, because then that's going to invite more negativity into my life. And that's going to not give them the universal karma or whatever it is that needs to happen to these people. So I note it. Like, Lord, do you see this shit? And I just go about my day because I'm not going to address this. It doesn't faze me, but I'm also not gonna let that shit slide. I'm just like, okay, noted. So dislike, and Lord handle them. It's like, do you kill the messenger? Like you don't. It's like sometimes you don't want to kill the messenger, but it's like, Lord, measure that person's heart, but definitely kill the person who sent the message. Like, definitely teach that person who sent the message a lesson. You don't want, like, you can measure the messenger's heart, but definitely the sender, the person who cultivated the message, take care of them ASAP. Do you? Okay, but the utmost final thing I wanted to discuss is, yeah, so their passive aggressiveness doesn't phase me. It doesn't. It's not something to be phased, but it's definitely a fence. So I always needed to note that because I do not want to let any of that shit fucking slide. Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm moving forward accordingly. So anything that you're saying that's offensive to me, I'm actually taking it, using it as notes. And I think that since I'm doing videos and I don't want to always have to talk about y'all ugly little bitches asses when I am the subject and the fucking predicate and everything that's, I'm the star. Somebody was trying to be really funny on my video earlier and was stating that I am shining. And I'm like, you know what? That's because I'm divine. And you know what? And I didn't also say, I wanted to say it's because I'm a star, but I was like, no, it's because I'm divine. And take that what you will. Like, I'm divine. I'm the star. I just said I'm a child, so I'm golden inside and exudes outside too. In addition to that, these rumors that they're giving me and whatnot, is only giving me ideas to fulfill for future videos because I will now decide to just play some roles. Because, as an actor and actress, people play different roles. I don't want to be like the whole freaking stereotype of the crack hair or anything like that because these roles are lies. So I'm not being offended by anything that's a lie. If anything, this is going to give me an opportunity for me to enhance my YouTube channel. I mean, did I not just use something from, what was it, The Truman Show? So because it was very relatable to my fucking story. So I figured like, hey, look, why won't I try to include myself in something like that? Like even in the Dave Chappelle show when he was like different type of characters, or you know what? I don't even want it. I'm sorry, I don't want to do something. Eddie Murphy when he did like different type of characters, like like that was cool when he did like Saturday Night Live or on Saturday Night Live. So when people try to like throw fucking stories and lies at me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna catch it, throw it, and see if I can try to put these shoes on because I don't know a thing about these lies and accusations, but I mean I'll give it a shot when it comes to like playing it on my videos. And so just to make it more jazzy, excuse me, not more jazzy, but just kind of throw some things in there occasionally. But yeah, like these people really do nothing but just fuck it up for themselves. So sucks for them always. Such losers. Bye.
So I was making a note to myself earlier because people were saying that I was instigating things, and the reason why this all happened was something that I had started when it wasn't. This was literally initiated by somebody who's been jealous and very like hateful towards me for a very long time since grade school. And the whole entire time when I would like distance myself, they would be like, "Oh well, I was joking" or things like that, and I'm just like, no. Um, and then I'd be guilted eventually by my community. Unfortunately, the community became so freaking incredibly creepy and codependent that they decided to put cameras because she asked him to put cameras in my house, and thus that had started the whole thing where it circulated, and already from a community that was like two-faced, and then it just became mainstream and just worldwide, like world spread. It's the future does not look good for society. For what it does for me is to be determined, but it's just like I don't see any goodness when it comes to people being. Well, I wouldn't see any goodness because when I go on social media, sometimes I do see, and it's very rare, I do see kind hearts, but it's always like even if people try to put on the front where they have their family and stuff like that, it's always about like what you can use from them. And for some people, the reason why there's that love is because it's a reciprocal kind of situation where it balances out. But there's too many users, like one-way users, and I don't like that. That shit's just really fucking creepy. But yeah, that video, right? I mean, not video. That voice recording was because I wanted to note to myself to have all the supporting evidence because I was talking. I had changed from my younger profile to another profile. Like I had changed my name, and and I try to like redevelop myself because like all of a sudden, almost instantaneously, a lot of the heat, like from other people, was just like coming against me, and I was like, "What the fuck is this for?" So I was getting like I was getting projected hate and an undeserved and unwarranted triangulation. There was people making accusations about like, oh, somebody shouldn't be cheating or something like that, and I'm like, hold on. One of my exes had wrote to me when I had reached out to them to help me with my hacking years ago, but I didn't even know like who was involved, and he was just like, yeah, like this is for girls who don't cheat, and I was like, yeah, totally, like, which is funny because like I didn't get any of those stuff from that person, unfortunately. I was the supporter. I was the breadwinner. I was the one that was supporting, and they were living in my place and the second and the third. So that was crazy. But I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I need help with hacking. But then they try to make it all about themselves, and they wanted to guilt trip me. And in order to get the assistance, I was just like, you know what? For what it's worth, like, I apologize because apparently your feelings were hurt, but it's just like it's something I shouldn't apologize for. Like I chose me. You cheated on me. So therefore, like it's like one of those people pleasing things, but like when you need a favor, it's just like, okay, look, for what it's worth on any kind of spectrum, on like how you took it, um, you know, that's my bad. Because there were feelings, obviously on my part there were feelings, but on your part I don't want to hear it. I definitely don't want to hear it now, and I don't want to believe it then. But it was just like you had no point or no part in trying to guilt trip me for being the cheater, and I was the one that was faithful to you all the time. Like that's just like, get the fuck out of here. Like that's why that's what makes it even worse. I mean, this whole situation is what makes it worse, but like I'm not hung up on something that happened years ago. You had to make me fucking feel that shit. So that means like you can't let go. You have so much fucking baggage, bro, my nigga. And this leads me to another thing. When I see women still like telling me about a nigga, where to go? Where to go? Where to go?
And then you have the King of Wands.
Like, because I like tarot.
This could be
but
someone
it's
that
like,
have gotten woke to something.
So I just got my entire apartment cleaned for night.
I mean, that's a commercial.
It's like they've made some type of sudden change, and now this person is someone that is
Because YouTube is capitalistic.
they could be hiding this. With High Priestess being here, like they know something that's hidden, or they know some type of hidden knowledge. But this is someone that's intuitive. You have the Two of Swords. Somebody was trying to keep this person blinded to something. Like something was supposed to be a secret, and maybe this person found out. Yeah, they're in regret. They're in regret because they found out they were lied to with the.
You know what's really fucking pathetic? This shit. So in the midst of being exploited across the board, like through like porn sites or whatnot like that, just human trafficking. Pardon me. Regular people off the street, like I said, it can be the mailman, it can be like a person that's in school or anything like that. They seen my where like these black, first I'm pretty sure it initially started on the black market, but like the black market kind of access to seeing me, to seeing my body, to seeing me do every little fucking thing, to abuse me, this, that, here, and the third. And they have exploited it by becoming life coaches, spiritual people. Um, some of them are like, doctors and stuff like that. Like they'll see me sneeze and stuff like that and be like, you know what? It's because like, okay, somehow you don't go outside. And so you develop a condition that makes you more susceptible to allergies. Like, bitch, misdiagnosing me because it could actually be something complete. I know it's something completely different, which is like, my cats and stuff like that. But it's just like, it's gotten way, way, way far out of hand. Like this shit is just gross. This is not something like a roller coaster where you go down and you just got to keep on going until it goes back up and then down again. No, this is like something that definitely just obviously needs to stop, but it doesn't seem like it needs to, it's going to stop until like there's some type of like action, like physical action. And people who are abusers and people, yeah, all the people who are abusers are the ones that are saying like, think good thoughts, have good, think good thoughts, have good intentions, and this, that, here, and the third. Like they are so freaking obsessed, and it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I had to hide that person. So it's just like, think good thoughts, do these things, and this, that, here, and the third, and it's just like, I don't owe you those things. I don't owe you those things. Apparently, you woke up one day, and for some time you've been conditioned, and you've accepted. Not only have you been conditioned, but you've accepted to wanting to enslave people. Except when it's your life. Except when it's you. Then you want to complain about how you can't wait for the weekend and how you don't like to be worked overtime and this, that, here, and the third. But when it's somebody else being abused, especially in the same country, who doesn't have to be, who shouldn't be, then you have a fucking problem. Like, it's one thing to not be a part of that problem, but it's another thing when you are actually supporting my abusers. Like, you feel me? Like you're saying that, okay, yeah, like you're one of the critics. You're one of the criticized. Like you're offering your 2 cents and being an abuser too. You're wanting to offer them suggestions on how you want to try to harm or harass me. You're helping to spread rumors and lies. You're, placing your input in the group chats about what it is that I should do with my life. Or you want to try to help me by not actually telling me exactly what's going on, but you want to try to help me by trying to control me and pretend like I'm your baby doll toy or a Sims character in your life. These are all abusive things. It can be from emotional manipulation to just manipulation and just intrusion. Like, that's not what you should be doing in order to help somebody. Like, I don't need that kind of help. I need the fucking answers in order to stop having my civil and human rights violated. That's what I need. And I will always say that. And I think I will always include that in the video, especially, I don't care like what video, and like in the beginning of the video, end of the video, middle of the video, like it will always be fucking known about where it is that I stand, because I'm not over here to tap dance for any of you guys. So every day when you don't see me on the video, but you see me in the privacy of my home, even in my thoughts and things like that, you will always be reminded about your insignificance, but also on how little you really matter to the person, whoever is calling the shots, because you're just a number 2. Okay, you really are just a number, but even less than, because you don't have to, like, you won't be the person who's going to be under the camera when it comes to what they can do to you, which can be actually infinitely worse. So I'm just saying, you might, shit, you just might be like, oh, such and such person died in a highway accident, such and such person was found, and da 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 da, and that's it. What else? Yeah, but like that's just like ill. Like, why would I need? I don't think we should keep talking about what a guy feels about me, because this guy is an abuse. Like, obviously this guy is an abuser, and you shouldn't need, oh, well, I didn't know that this person was lying. But it's just like, you helped this person put cameras in my house. You helped this person steal my identity. You helped this person steal things from me. You helped spread rumors about me that were untrue and that you knew were untrue. You won't even admit to the fact that I met you first and I dated you first, and you were the one that proposed to me, and that and you met me you met her through me. And the only time that you first initially met her, when we were at the Halloween party. So that's really fucking gross. And then from there, like, we weren't the kind of people that were like hanging out together. It was always a separate thing, because why would you want to hang out with me and my friend? That would have also been suspect. That I've never done that with her, her and her lovers, and she's never done that with me and mine. So that's just something that I never even like thought would be appropriate. You know, and like what is it? And like my Facebook, like that I definitely would have had pictures of something like that, but obviously not. I did have pictures of like the Halloween thing, like at one point though, but that one was taken down. So it was just like, well, other than that, there was nothing else. So when people are trying to put two and two together, they can be like, oh yeah, 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 like there was never anything about like, you know, you guys together, like no posts. You feel me? Like nothing, nothing. So it's really fucking gross. I don't, you can't, this is a person who, again, quadrupled down in being duplicitous and disgustingly criminal in order to get money and live a life that he's still obviously not happy in because he has to mention somebody who he dated a very fucking long time ago. What was the, hold on, it was like one of my old videos or something like that. Like how old, supposedly this person has a teenage child. Like, and how old was this child? Was it in like, in what fucking year? Because again, I'm telling you, if you connect the fucking dots, like everything is very transparent. There's nothing that a lie needs to happen. There's no lie that can be like, oh yeah, we wanted you guys to see this woman because of a contract or something like that. If I am very defiant on my stance, I am cursing out everybody under this sun on video on my channel, and I'm very independent, and I'm ignoring your desires on what you want me to do, what you want me to wear, what you want me to look like, and I'm still doing me. Then that's a given too. You feel me? Like, why would I ever want to talk or consider your opinion? You are an abuser too. You're a gang stalker. Again, you're a nobody. You really are. Again, like you would be just, you know, so and so in the ditch, so and so died in a traffic accident, so and so whatever like that. You might not even get in the paper. Like, you feel me? Like, you're the GoFundMe kind of person. And I'm not saying that. I'm really not saying that to be mean. I'm really not. I'm saying it for what it is, because this is literally how the situation has brought itself out to be. You are a pawn. You really are a pawn. And every fucking day you've encouraged other people to try to be malicious to other people that's in their lives. And it's just become like nothing but just a capitalistic situation, a merry-go-round. And I want no parts. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to just like, you guys wanted to try to call me a crackhead and stuff like that. I'm just like, no. But I don't see, considering that, you know, I have been gang stalked and have aligned myself in a skit where I was like, you know, part of the Truman Show. I don't see a problem with me trying to like do a fitting role for my skits. It'll just kind of shake things up. So what was it? Maybe you were saying like I was a streetwalker or a whore. I mean, if anything, like that would be a good advertisement for guys who obviously even would want a wife, because, you know, at least, you know, they would not be bored in the bedroom. You feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna try to switch it up now. You know, you're probably gonna switch up the story about me now. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, this is going to be a very entertaining thing about certain kind of lies and rumors that you guys have made up about me. So it's gonna be like a Saturday Night Live kind of situation, or a yeah, like, you know, like those Eddie Murphy kind of situations. It's just, you know, you guys do it to your fucking selves. Like, it's just it's really fucking embarrassing. And another thing that I wanted to do with it skits, video ideas. Oh yeah, I put RIP to Tina Turner, because this is the kind of abuse Black women like her and I receive. When it comes to like people, again, talking about like my karmic ex in a way we're supposed to be, like that person's supposed to be attractive and they're not to me anymore. Like this skit would be based on the fact that so many low standard women of all races have projected their desires, projections, views, and bias to link me with a partner I no longer want and no longer view as desirable. This is abuse in the form of emotional manipulation, and these women have no problem doing it for free or for clicks or favors. It's distasteful, creepy, and unwarranted. I'm an abused citizen, but people are treating me like, yeah, like, yo, this only, like, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of, So basically what is going to be is short tarot reader. Is it tarot reader? Tarot reader. Where I'm going to read to Rest in Peace to Teen John. Alive. But it's just like, like trying to be as, like, this is not supposed to be for a humorous kind of situation, but this is supposed to be this is like a mockery of like the distastefulness of women and men that are telling me that, I should be interested or I should give a fuck about what my abusive ex that's still abusing me is thinking or feeling when it comes to like, oh, I just feel so bad, but I'm not going to do, like, who gives a fuck? We have seen this before so countless of times in history passages on websites where we still have documentation of like what abusers and political leaders have wrote about, their slaves when it comes to like, oh, I just feel so sorry about, Jebediah working out in the field and how he has to just, wear the same clothes and we really don't pay him and he's just harsh labor. Damn it, if I don't love that cooking. Like, but the outside looks perfectly trimmed and those clothing, like my clothing, honestly, who can do this for me for free? So yeah, like, just people just very fucking selfish. So it just really puts things into perspective about like, I don't expect anything I really don't expect anything from anyone. And in fact, I always have that at that moment where I'm no longer that person who's just, that wide-eyed vision kind of person. It's I definitely see things for what it is. And I always believe at any point in time somebody can just switch it up. So it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be polite to you when I want to be, when I choose to be, but it's just like I really don't expect anybody to just, be there for me or something like that. And it's just like I'm there for me. You feel me? So when people are trying to tell me things like let go, move on, I'm just like, okay, well, this is another manipulation tactic. So that's for another skit called The Therapist. Okay. So since folks like to pretend that I hadn't already left toxic relationships for good, they try to act like they're giving me consoling advice to let go, move on, like a desperate therapist that's bad at their job. Because obviously, like they're trying to keep their patients for as long as they can by any means necessary. So including gaslight and ignore them. So if I can be like, plop down on the couch and then be like, you know what? I only got that divorce. And they'd be like, what? Well, that's so soon. They were like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Chad just wasn't for me. And yeah, I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm more than okay with that. I actually have a date tonight. So I'm like, oh, good for you. Good for you. I'm like, yeah. Are you sure though? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you sure? It doesn't seem like you're ready. I'm like, Chad is so amazing. You're like, but he cheated on me. Yeah, but like, you seem so sorry. Yeah, but like he slept with my sister. But did he mean it? Did he mean it? It doesn't seem like it was intentional. Sorry, how can we do an oops with that? I mean, like, honestly, how can you do an oops where you've cheated and you've also cheated and you slept with family and people who I grew up with? It's not like, oh my God, like my dick. It just won't stop. It just keeps thrusting. Oh my God, people help me. Help, help, help. Ejaculation. Oh my God, I meant to tell her she's pregnant. Oh, it's happening again. These accidents. Oh my God. It was a mistake. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? There's nothing you can fucking say. You literally should just move on with your fucking life. Give me the money, but I'm not even expecting the money from you guys, obviously, because, the whole reparations and 4 acres and a mule thing is a fucking joke. Again, the government is nothing but fucking jokes. It's just a walking fucking talking joke. Like, I know just other political leaders who are outwardly evil are just like looking at United States like a fucking retard. Okay. Like they be like, yo, like, you lying. Like, it's crazy. Like it's like looking at, all right, so say that you're in a family of cheaters, right? So you have like, you know, you have like the little mingling bunch that's, you know, probably not cheating or something like that, or they have a good relationship. Like, all right, we're comparing political leaders to a family of cheaters. So basically, I mean, you know, within the world. So you have a few of them, very rare, very minute, about like some that are just like, you know, I wouldn't say, you know, the best, but just, you know, like, okay, it's just like, this is the best you're going to get. It's the best you're going to get. But, you know, they're the ones that, you know, that still working with the family because, you know, they got to. They got to. Ooh, what the fuck? And then you have the ones that are like fully fucking corrupt. Like, you know, they're just, you know, outwardly um they're abusive, they're opportunistic, they are literally using military warfare at their leisure, ready to sacrifice their nation, but not too much because, you know, you got to have something, uh, uh, just for their will. Punishing them, it's just like, you know, those really harsh living conditions. I'm talking about Japan in some places, and, you know, like those horrible crunched up like housing and dwellings and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. I feel for you. You're over there in Asia. Yes. Over, oh my god, it's just completely crazy. um it's just crazy all around. Like, let's just keep it a buck. It's crazy all the fuck around. All the fuck around. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm not just talking about today. I mean, like, for my whole entire life. I've just been talking nonstop about this stuff. And I was always hopeful, but that's the thing that draws so many dark people like close. And it's just like, I'm open for change, but not about this, because it's very evident and apparent about where people are when it comes to abuse. And people are really putting on a front where it's just like, okay, well, no, like, she's not hopeful, she's bad, she's this, that, here, and the third, and they're the ones that are abusing me. These are my critics because they were users for the entire time. Like, they fed off on my energy. Shits. A lot of them are so fucking engulfed in my personality that they believe that they are me. That's so fucking creepy. A lot of these people have been watching me so fucking studiously that they believe that they are me. That they can try to copy off they are me. The thing is that they're like a pitcher of water. Even if you don't try to pour from it, um, they have poured their own cups with me. And the thing is, it's like, if you can't keep pouring from me, then all of a sudden that water will either evaporate, or it will just be poured out of you because you're trying to pour it into other people for money. And then all of a sudden you don't have that source anymore. So now you have to try to find other sources, or your personality seeps through and people aren't just kind of really just like feeling it. So it's insane. It's crazy. It's like seeing, like, you know, the impersonators, like Michael Jackson impersonators, Marilyn Monroe impersonators. Like, these people are dead, and yet you guys wanted to try to like dead me too. You've assassinated my character. So in a way, like, you guys are just doing whatever you can in order to just like keep recycling shit like over and fucking over. In fact, hold on, didn't I see something the other today? I saw shorts. I had seen a short of Marilyn Monroe earlier today. I'm just like, damn, like, I can't just let this bitch die. like rest in peace. It's insane. Her and where is it? Her and Princess Diana. Like, that shit is just crazy. Like, I seen them just like, poor thing. Like, she's even in commercials now. Like, that is just crazy. I can't. This is creepy. This is so fucking creepy. I'm here. I'm a person. I am alive, and I deserve. I know what I deserve. And unfortunately, even though people are trying to, like, you know, pull that away from me, they'd be like, okay, well then go get it. Go get it. Like it's like pushing somebody and be like, okay, well then do it. Do it. Do it. Like open the door, and they're leaning on the door and they have their foot on the door and they have like and they're totally blocking it with something else. And it's just like, well, just open the door. Just open it. Open it. It's really fucking crazy. Because even any type of like move I make, even if I happen to push it open just a bit to a point where it looks like it could open back, then they'll try to close it. Like they love that. They get off on that. That's very sadistic. They get off on that part where it's just like, well then open it. So they can get that glimmer of hope and shit. And then they close it. Like at any point I know it. Any day I know that I can get killed. Really, that I can be murdered. But it's really more interesting to me to just know like who the fuck is going to be next. And how and just like when the flood is going to happen. When people start getting even more restricted in society. And when you guys are just like, well, I'm just going to move out of United States, not knowing that United States is allied with, obviously, part of the UN. So the United Nations. and then you guys are going to find yourself in a whole heap of trouble. So it's just like, like either way, you're still going to get like, your moments where you're going to be attacked. It's really, man, you're doing it to yourselves. And so I'm telling you, this is going to be like I told you so. And early I told you so. But what else is it? What else is it? Well, the parts where I said I told you so, I think I'll just keep it to myself because honestly, it's just what else is it? Oh yeah, so yeah, I was explaining about like how the politicians are basically like a family of whores, basically. They all cheat. And you have the people who are just like, the slightly good ones. And then you have ones who cheat, but not cheat like as horrifically or horribly as the super cheaters. And so like the ones that are like, that cheat, out in the open, who just like basically cheat on their girlfriends or their marriages or whatever like that. That's the other countries. But the United States seems like, the ones that cheats and lies about it, like, and just lies about it so poorly, where it's just like everybody knows, including the person that's being cheated on. The only difference is that, well, no, there's no difference. It's just that the people that within the nation are the ones that are just still staying there, and still just going along with it, just doing the thing that they feel is just like, well, just seems safer here than other places. That's like, and I'm not saying about me because like I understand like what I would not be opposed to moving across the seas. It's just that that is something that is on the table. I just have to come to a conclusion on exactly where, because again I said United Nations, so it's just like anywhere can be like a next place where it's just like this, if not worse. But I know just other countries and are just looking at the United States like this nigga, and the whole time, like this, like United States is just looking like we're amazing, we don't cheat, we're awesome, we're happy, and this, that, here, and the third, and the whole entire time people are just looking at them like nigga. Like, whoa, wigga. Like, yo, it's insanity. Insanity. You know that they're getting trash talk behind their backs. Like, you know it. You absolutely know it. You know it. You know they're getting trash talk behind their back. Because it's just like, it's disingenuous. They're inauthentic. And they are so fucking greedy. But it almost seems like now, like, United States, have this, once upon a time they had like this popularity, like they were revered, they were respected, but now it seems almost like the United States is at a position where they have to kind of suck up to the other United Nations and in terms for favors, and now that they find out their own hands are dirty, where they're kind of also appeasing to the other countries, where it's just like, yeah, like we're no better, and it's really messy. It's super messy, and no one is in a point to prove themselves for change. They just rather lie about it to our faces, knowing that we know that they're lying. And they're still going out there to go do their thing. Man. What's in the future for us? I do not want to think about it. It can go different ways. It can go different ways. But yeah, so anyway, I want to show you my makeup. Boom, 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 boom. And again, just gonna show the working on those skits. But mainly I just wanted to just, talk about what the fuck is going on. And at least I can just put it out there and about the truth and expose things. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the Facebook one too, where a lot of the content that I had was about like reactive abuse. So like I said, yeah, before I had an earlier name where I was just happy-go-lucky and things of that nature. And then in the second one, I was just, I was like, okay, well, you guys want to see exactly where I'm coming from, and so I'm going to show you, like, when it comes to like, coming for me, because I've been patient, as you can see. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna give you like a little taste. As I said before, I've said this before in the other video, we was talking about like letters from Birmingham, but it was like, I'm just gonna show you exactly like what this. I'm gonna show you just a little bit on like, how you're treating me. Okay, like I'm not the kind of person who needs to do a lick back where I need to cheat on you, but I will be the person who's going to raise my voice at you. I am the person who's going to definitely leave you. I'm going to make you feel it in a way where you definitely take this lesson. And for some people, they like that challenge, but it's just like, you're not going to like the one that I give you. You're really not. So you can put on the fakest smile that you can, and it'll still not be good enough. So it won't be believable. Like, everybody's definitely going to see it, but the objective is for you to feel it. Okay, I am gonna get me something to drink, some juice, some better juice, and I will check with you guys on later. In the meantime, I will look out for any kind of messages that you guys want to send me, or like, I guess, any kind of like passive posts. Not the messy ones, not the messy ones, not the ones where you guys are trying to be negative and this, that, and the third, but anything that's like obviously conducive to what's going on, because I'm not here to live for you, and I'm not here to be your meal ticket or useful to you. I'm not here to serve you. Okay, the whole thing where it's like, oh, you have a divine purpose, like, kill yourself with that bullshit. Okay, like, at the end of the day, what's going to happen at the end of what's going to happen in 2024? You feel me? Like, we need to actually just, y'all need to sit down and have that conversation, because this is only getting worse. I'm telling you that. Like, people are really trying to like fucking save face, but what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna be trying to like spin this around and like, get your bread and butter? Yeah, that's just something. I can just see this going multiple ways over. It doesn't look good. All right, guys. I will check you guys later, and I'm going. I'm actually excited for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna be back up on here. I might be back up on here because I am gonna get go out and run some errands, but I'm definitely gonna be getting my hair done this weekend. Yay! I cannot wait. I cannot freaking wait. Oh my gosh. All right, bye.